How many discounts does USAA Auto Insurance offer? Too many to say here. Multi-vehicle discount, safe driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount, legacy.
How many discounts will you stack up? Visit USAA.com/auto discounts. Restrictions apply.
This is the way.
We're wanted men.
Welcome to episode 255 of the Smugglers Galaxy podcast, your favorite Star Wars podcast for smugglers in the galaxy. Jason's having fun with his new computer, trying to get it to do the thumbs up that Macs do. There we go. So that's why I was laughing. Jason, how are you doing this morning?
Splendid.
Yeah. Isn't it beautiful weather?
Well, it's raining, but it's very relaxing right now. And it's like 68 degrees, which after the heat wave is kind of nice.
Yeah.
I'll take this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm supposed to go to, well, not supposed to go. I'm going to a concert in Alpharetta tonight. And I'm like, hopefully the rain will hold out, but I will take the cooler weather for that concert. But we been a fun week. Rogue Fun tickets went on sale. There was a toy swap yesterday. There's another one next week. So it's a toy kind of, lots of toy shows running around Atlanta right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw you were there. I missed you. I didn't get the toy swap till like 11 o'clock, a little after 11. And I saw that you had posted your findings already.
Yeah. With the toy swap thing, parking could be a challenge. And I try to avoid the things that give me an anxiety issues, and parking is one of them at the toy swap. So when I show up like at even 10:30, 30 minutes late, or 11 o'clock, an hour after start, parking could be a real issue. And I don't want to drive around, and then I don't want to have to drive out a half hour just to turn around and just like get frustrated and say, forget it, I'm going back, even though that's never happened. But
right.
So I got that. Oh my gosh.
His microphone, people.
I got that. What the hell?
No, I can hear you. Is it popping on your end?
So
you get there.
Yeah, I get there to the thing, and I was kind of surprised because normally there's 60 vendors at the toy swap, and if there was 20, that might be generous.
Yeah, it I guess with the rain, or the threat of rain, it kept people away, which was kind of nice.
I guess, yeah, but I mean, it drove all that way, and to see that there's barely anyone there was kind of like, oh, okay. Seemed like the early days of the whole toy swap, not what it's been lately.
Yeah. It definitely felt like one of the first ones that he ever had. So anyway, I enjoyed it. But I say that about everything. It was nice. It was a nice change of pace to not have as many people there. Vendors there. I didn't, of course, the only thing I found was something. Martin had a Spider-Man from Secret Wars for like $8, and I was going to try to offer him $5, but all I had was a 20. So I felt that was kind of, I hate when you talk somebody down and you're like, here, I have $20. I like at least making it seem like I don't have the money to pay full price on something. So I didn't buy it, but it's okay because it was kind of a beater, which is where I'm at. I would like to find one that was a little bit nicer. There was, typical Star Wars. I talked to one of our buddies that are friends with Dutch, our friend Dutch from Alabama that used to run Toylanta and ran he runs a Columbus toy show, and then he also runs one in Conyers. So he's doing okay health-wise, but he's I feel bad because that guy kind of got me started in everything 10 or 15 years ago. And Yeah, he's not doing real good. So if you guys can say a prayer for Dutch, that would be awesome. Because yeah, it's just sad. It's sad when you see your friends go through stuff. So anyway, hate to
Bummer.
be huh?
Bummer.
Yeah.
It's tough to follow that up.
Yeah. I don't want to be a bummer and bring everybody down, but I'm just like he's a friend of mine, and we you lose touch over the years, or you see each other at toy shows, and you're like, hey, how you doing? And it's just the way of the world.
Go visit him.
Yeah, I need to.
I spent more time talking to people at the toy show than actually buying and looking at stuff. So I guess that's a good thing. I spent time talking to Jordan and Richard and Kelly and Chance. And Chance was just a few minutes, a few seconds actually, but
Yeah. They like to get in and get out. Second Chance do. They'll hang out, but at about 11 o'clock, 11:30, they're like, we got to go open the store.
yeah, they got to get out of there. But
So
yeah, I was walking and some guy had a sealed vintage Escape from Death Star game,
yeah,
the Kenner thing. And I was like, I looked at it, it looked real. And I go, how much do you want for it? Thinking it was going to be $100. And he said 25.
really.
So I snatched that up and I came home and I showed it to my wife and she's like, that looks minty. I'm like, yeah, it's hard to believe that this is 50 years old.
Right.
And I asked Kelly because he's the expert. Thank you, Kelly. And Kelly said, no, it looks real to me. So I did a quick Google search and someone was asking like $325 for it.
Wow. Yeah, when you had said that you paid $25 for it, I thought it might have been one of the re-releases that came with Tarkin, the
Yeah,
retro.
no, it wasn't. It's not that. So
Yeah, I hung out with Shannon and Tony for a little bit, and Shannon was getting some deals on some Laserdisc. Somebody was just selling Laserdisc for dirt cheap.
yeah, I saw that. I wish I had seen the Star Wars one. I would have picked that up.
Yeah,
But
I didn't even see them, but I'm also not paying attention to Laserdisc. So
I should have looked at them.
yeah, he said that he picked up like a sealed Battle for Andor for like $5.
Yeah, I should.
Somebody did.
Yeah, I should have gone through. Oh well. It's
But
not.
the kid also had his phone up and going through eBay, so it's like he at least was like, I guess, checking prices with the intent of buying stuff cheap and throwing it on eBay or something.
Maybe.
But
But yeah, that's all I picked up. It's a quiet week. It was quiet in terms of buying stuff, I guess.
yeah, yeah, I did. I finally that I've been wanting to get my wife a Lego set that was coming out August 1st, so I picked that up for her. And don't go to a Lego store the day they release new product because it was crazy. I saw one guy, those big garbage bag size bags that they'll give at
Yeah.
like San Diego Comic-Con. I saw him walk out of there with two of them full of Lego. So he probably spent thousands on Lego pieces that day. And
Yeah, I
yeah,
know. If he holds on to it for 10 years, he can make thousands and pound thousands for it. So
right.
it's a good
It's a
racket.
Right. It's like, and you realize that the Lego set, I mean, they made some of them, some of the older stuff was probably worth money, but the stuff that's coming out now, you may have like a 6-month window to make your money back because it's always re-released.
Yeah.
I noticed that with the DeLorean, because I bought the DeLorean the day it came out, thinking I have to buy it now or I'll never be able to buy it again. And it's sitting at Walmart right now. I mean, granted, it's more than what I paid. I think I paid like $150, $160 for it. I think it's sitting at Walmart for like 130.
I'm not seeing the Zelda stuff on Target shelves.
Yeah.
So Harrison was smart to get that one, but I mean, you never know.
Right. You don't. The thing is get them when you see them. I mean, I really want that chopper, but it's like $100, and I just right now can't justify it. Maybe in a couple of months I'll be able to have the $100 I can throw at it. But the thing, the Lego set that I got my wife was it was a sugar skull with the it's a Day of the Dead sugar skull, and then there's an altar on the back of it, and then she gets building it and goes to bag 4, and bag 4 is missing. So I emailed Lego, and they responded fairly quickly, especially with it being a Friday. So hopefully I can report and see how long it takes for them to give me that bag back. They seem to be like, "Oh man, we're so sorry. Give us some information and we'll send you a new bag."
Good.
That's the
Super.
first time I've ever had that happen. I mean, you
Yeah.
do, when you're building Legos, you're like, "Oh crap, I'm missing a piece," and I'm always like, "Go back through the bags because you never know." The bag that you could not have dumped everything out of the bag, or it could be hiding somewhere. And all the time, I've always been able to find it because it'll be like stuck in the bottom of the bag. It just didn't dump out all the way. But this is the first time I've had it where like a bag's totally missing.
I did stop at Target on the way to the toy swap yesterday because I was driving and I'm like, I don't have cash. So I stopped at Target, bought a soda, and got some cash back. But while I was there, they did have the TIE Reaper, which was $40. And I'll need to pick that up because it's a Rogue One
Yeah.
ship and I want it. But that was that, and like one of the Imperial shuttles were the only two Micro Galaxy stuff that's on toy shelves. And after we recorded last week, I had ended up in Walmart and there was no spot for Micro Galaxy Squadron. There was no spot at Target yesterday for Micro Galaxy Squadron. And I'm very curious to see how this is going to pan out. I was even thinking like they unveiled at San Diego Comic-Con. We reviewed it, so I don't need to go through it all over again. The new ships for the next series. And this ship wasn't even included in that line. This is the Geonosis Starfighter that Max showed off for a while early in the line, and so he couldn't wait to get it, and then it never showed up. And I'm like, this line is seemingly like it's coming to an end, and they haven't included this as a regular ship yet. I don't know. Like, I'm very curious to see how this all pans out in the next couple months and
Yeah.
what they plan on doing because they're losing shelf space.
Yeah, I'm curious if they're going to have to go to a direct to consumer or an Amazon type situation because Walmart how hard it is to get on with Walmart and Target and stuff like that. Maybe they're just seeing that the diminished returns on that product line.
Yeah. And I can't remember if it was Jordan or Richard, but one of them said like there's a Masters of the Universe line that completely disappeared from store shelves. So it's not unique to Micro Galaxy Squadron, but the next few months will be interesting and telling. Are they just going to dump everything at Ross and move on? I don't know. It's I'm curious.
Yeah, that and I think that also kills the line or kills the line when it shows up at Ross for pennies on the dollar because
Yeah.
people are oh, let's go to Ross because after I had lunch with Shannon and Tony and then they were like we're going to Ross and I'm like y'all have fun, I'm gonna go home because I was tired and I was just ready to be home for a little bit, but I don't know if they found anything or not for at Ross, but he was saying that he had found a couple that were out in that area where collectors, it was too far for collectors to drive, so they seemed to not be picked over real bad.
So, in terms of news, there's not much going on this week. We didn't talk about Andor and their Emmy nomination, so we'll get to that in a second. But the San Diego Comic-Con Anakin and Obi-Wan exclusive was kind of a crap show this week. It went live Friday at 1:00 and it was like immediately sold out, and then it came available again a couple hours later. So
Yeah,
it's a very frustrating experience. It was supposed to be one of those things where it was like 1:00 for Pulse members and then 2:00 for everyone else, and then 1:00 rolls around and it was like sold out within seconds.
right.
And then a couple hours later it went live. And then on the backside, they do a description of the scene to let you know who the characters are. And instead of Darth Vader, it says Dark with a K Vader.
Oh man,
there's a typo. It's like, how do you get that wrong? But it is what it is.
do you think bots are getting it, or it has to be bots?
I don't think it's bots. I don't think bots are as because I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but I think it's just a inventory issue because it did come available later.
Okay,
It's just like instead of making everything available at 1:00, they only made like 20 available. I don't know, making these numbers up, and then
right.
hundreds available at 3:00. It's just, I don't get it.
Yeah, why wouldn't you just make them all available at 1:00 and then be like,
Yeah.
you missed out, and because you've got all these people that are paying the $50 a year to get that premium membership, and there's no I lost my train of thought. No reason for it, or no payoff, I guess.
Yeah.
If you can just wait till 3 with everybody else.
Yeah, it was a very frustrating experience for collectors, and yeah, not cool.
Did you pick one up?
No, I had somebody at San Diego Comic-Con pick one up, yes, but I haven't gotten it yet.
Gotcha. So you have one.
Possibly. I have to get in contact with the individual and figure out how to pay them and then get it shipped to me. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's not mine yet. It's weird. It's a
will
weird
be
situation.
Mine.
In terms of Emmy nominations, there's some controversy around Andor because very few actors were nominated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have their names in front of me. The actress who played Mon Mothma, she didn't be nominated. Diego Luna wasn't nominated. Skarsgård, what's his name? Stellan Skarsgård, he wasn't nominated. Forrest Whitaker was nominated. Let me go through it. Outstanding
Why
dramas.
would Forrest Whitaker be nominated and nobody else? He was only in that thing for like minutes.
Yeah, outstanding drama series Andor was nominated. Outstanding production design for a narrative period or fantasy Andor for the Who Are You episode. Outstanding cinematography for a series was Andor and Harvest. Outstanding fantasy sci-fi costumes Andor for Harvest. Outstanding directing for a drama series Andor Who Are You. Outstanding picture editing for a drama series Andor. Outstanding music composition for a series. Outstanding music and lyrics. Original music and lyrics. Outstanding guest actor in a drama series. I have friends everywhere. Forrest Whitaker, Saw Gerrera. So that's his Emmy nomination. Outstanding character voiceover performance. Andor, Alan Tudyk as K2SO. Outstanding sound editing for a comedy or drama series. Outstanding sound mixing for a comedy or drama series. Outstanding visual effects in a season or a movie. And then outstanding writing for a drama series. And then The Acolyte did get nominated for sound editing for a comedy or drama series. Mm-hmm. And then John Williams was nominated for outstanding sound editing for a nonfiction or reality program. Music by John Williams. It's that Disney Plus show. No, I'm sorry. It's just the sound editor. Same thing for sound mixing. Music by John Williams. So those are all of the Lucasfilm projects that were nominated for an Emmy this year. I doubt that Andor will win multiple Emmys. Usually sci-fi shows are overlooked by Emmy voters and Oscar voters. It's usually like The Bear that'll win.
Right.
Or something along those lines. It's not going to be Andor, unfortunately, even though Andor is the best show made. It had a lot to say. There was a lot of nuance. I don't need to go through the whole thing all over again, but do the right thing, Emmy voters. Do the right thing.
Give Andor some stuff, some trophies.
Give it some love.
Yeah. Recognition.
Yeah. So that's it. And then obviously tickets for Rogue Fun went on sale Friday night, this past Friday at 8:00. 30 minutes in, we were 50% sold out. And I think right now we stand at about 64% of the tickets are accounted for.
That's awesome.
And that's a great start. We obviously have months before the actual show. We'll have plenty of reasons for people to be, if you're on the fence, convinced to join us. We'll be marketing and announcing things in upcoming social media posts and announcements. So there's a lot to look forward to, and we would be honored if you would join us.
Yeah, I think it's a sort of a blessing in disguise that it didn't sell out, because it gives people who are, like you were saying, on the fence, or who need to figure out work schedules, or who need to, get their stuff together. Just to give those people an opportunity to get tickets.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. So don't miss out. It's already shaping up, to be an awesome event. Last time was awesome, and I think this time is going to be just as good.
Yeah.
So buy your tickets. Is it on bluemilk.com? Where do they get the tickets, or just go to the?
Yeah, you'll have to go. Actually, Narayan just posted it to the Georgia Alliance of Star Wars Collectors.
Okay.
So if you go there and you look up the 50% tickets sold post, you can purchase tickets that way. But just let us know so we can make sure we fold you into the closed group,
Right.
so you can be part of the conversation.
Exactly. So, yeah, awesome.
You said we got an email?
We did. We got an email from our buddy Alex Morris.
Oh, Alex.
Yeah.
Is it about the LAAT?
Yeah. How did you know?
I saw him post on a comment from Steve Evans in the Vintage Collection. I thought he had a lot of great points.
All right. So I've kind of glossed over it. So let's read this. This is from Alex. He's like, as a 30-year-old prequel kid, I feel obligated to share my opinion after this week's episode. For starters, I love everything about gunships. I've sold them all off now, but I used to have several different gunship previous releases. I love them, but the MSGS Micro Galaxy Squadrons are so much easier to play with and display, and to make the had to make the swap. That being said, I gave the Haslab gunship a fighting chance. I wanted to love it, but I just didn't. There's nothing there that I feel I'd miss out when comparing it to older releases or even the Micro Galaxy Squadron releases. This is supposed to be a dream project, but I can't help but feel it was either a lazy money grab or a last minute swap to plan B after something else didn't get done in time. I love the prequel Jedi and would easily fork over cash to buy each and every one they decide to add to the TVC main line, but I just can't justify making this purchase just to see that happen again. It feels like a cheaty way for Hasbro to cover some old mold cost on new figures they wouldn't have made anyway. So in short, I'm voting with my wallet and saving my money to spend on a future project.
Yeah.
He goes here, and then he has a list of things that are missing. Do you want to talk about that, or do you want to go over the list?
I think the list is what he probably posted with Steve Evans, and I think he makes a lot of great points. And I think the point go ahead and read it, and I'll.
Okay, so here's a list of that I feel the project was either missing or should have had as tiers that might have caused me to spend some money. Green laser blast effects for the turrets. I agree with that. Lasered down battle droids. So I'm assuming droids that are battle damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And probably beat up.
Exploding sand mounds to clip to the bottom of laser beams. That would be cool. Swappable exploding wings or side panels. So battle damage side panels. Hidden foot pegs around the top to stand Ahsoka figures as seen on season 7 of Clone Wars. Yeah. Motorized retractable rope on the back. Bark speeders, medical pods that could be attached to the motorized rope. Crates with weapons, rockets, or even empty for storage. Yeah. Feel free to use this on the cast when the topic comes back up if you want. So thank you, Alex. I think you brought up some great points.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's best. Yes, I agree with everything he said. And I think taking a step back, the Haslab and its tier should focus on enhancing the vehicle and not necessarily adding figures. I think Hasbro's learned that people are into the figures and they'll have higher sales if they include figures.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're getting away from enhancing the vehicle itself. It's like, here's the bare minimum, and we'll give you this Jedi. And if you like this Jedi, we'll give you another Jedi that's essentially 90% the same body and mold. Because if you look at the last two tiers, they come with an extra hand, the two Jedi.
Right.
And it's the same hand in different molded plastic.
Wow.
And so it's just like, we've built a factory now. If you back this, you pay for all of the molding, and we can just reuse this in 2026 as many times as we want. And we'll just keep giving you Jedi, and we'll just keep giving you clones over and over and over again.
Right. I did try to pay attention to the Jedi, and it does seem that at least the chess piece is repeated on two of them.
Yeah.
And then the other one has a different chess piece, which,
Yeah.
at least they painted it different. They could have been like really lazy and used the same paint scheme on it. And I think we've talked about this on the podcast before, that I don't really have a problem if they've got 2 or 3 Jedi bodies that they want to keep recycling, because they're essentially the same, just change the head, change the hands, as long as it makes sense. Don't use a male body for a female figure situation. But the clones, I mean, how many more clones do we need? Let's, move their thinking around, I think.
Well, at the swap yesterday, I could have got one of the complete LAATs. It was a pretty sizable one for $40. It was complete.
Right.
Why would I?
Yeah.
Why would I go spend $450 on another one that's only slightly bigger?
Right. And he made a good point. Like the Micro Galaxy ones, they look incredible. And right now you can probably pick them up for under $20, especially if you look. And I think, me not being oh my God, that big of a prequel Clone Wars guy, why couldn't they have made one? I mean, why wouldn't they have made like the tiger shark? I know it's not a tiger shark, but or made one with a little bit more personality to it.
The Rancor one?
The Rancor one,
right?
Yeah, I think it is a Rancor.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you have done that? But yes, I agree. I do feel it's lazy. I do feel it was like, oh, we maybe we can get people to buy this, but for $200, or you were saying $40, I can go buy one like I want, a vintage one, or not vintage one, but a modern one that's a lot smaller.
Just worry that they skip market research and they're just doing what they think collectors want.
Yeah.
Based on what happened with the Rancor and the dirt and the cardboard backdrop. They're like, we're not going to do environmental pieces anymore. Just give them the figures.
Yeah. That Rancor was just a cluster, though.
It was, but that aside, I worry that's the takeaway that they had, was that, the dirt and the bones and the cardboard, that's not what people want. So stop giving them environmental pieces. Give them figures.
Yeah.
And maybe they need to balance it better, because we want to enhance the vehicle that we're given. And so maybe some flame effects, maybe we could add a flame effect in the back of the vehicle to make it look like the vehicle's on fire or something like that. Like, anything is better than the bare minimum.
Right.
And then a couple of figures that we know that you're just going to repeat over and over again down the line.
Right. No, I agree, because and there again, we keep comparing this to the G.I. Joe stuff. The G.I. Joe stuff, I think, has got a good balance of stuff to enhance the vehicle and figures. And it's like, how much would it cost you to mold? I mean, hell, take a G.I. Joe weapons case and reuse it in, Star Wars. I mean, I'm being facetious, but I'm sure you could do it and it would look okay. It wouldn't be that hard. You can reuse stuff. And he was saying, like, the biggest thing I have with the Ghost is, number one, there's no real playability with it, but there's no, you make these figures that have all this extra stuff, but you don't have anywhere to store it in the ship. How hard would it have been to put a little drop hatch in there?
Yeah, and a tier should have been the Phantom one.
Yep. Yeah.
Like one of the higher tiers. I mean, I get that it's a money issue and making a vehicle will be very costly, but if you get more people into it, then you're going to make more money and you can invest a little bit more. So
right,
if you get to 19,000 backers, we're going to throw in the Phantom 1.
And the way they made the Phantom 2, you don't have to invest. I mean, it doesn't have to be a crazy mold to do it. Mold, like it can be a very rudimentary mold. All the things that happens is the wings fold out and you got a place to put a ship, a person, a pilot, and we would have been happy with that, I think.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree with what you said, Alex, as far as, because even when you could throw in like a cannon shot out of a laser blast out of a cannon, I mean, I think that looks cool and you could do stuff. I'm excited. I saw that the flight is the flight stand included, or is that a tier?
Yeah, there's two different, there's like a T-shaped stand where you can just lay it flat on this thing so it looks like it's hovering just above the ground.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a stand where it kind of angles upward, like it's taking off and rocketing into the sky.
See, I like the flight stand because I have that on my Razor Crest. I have my Razor Crest displayed that way, and I think it helps with space. Because it instead of it taking up 3 feet of space, it's taking up a foot of space on your shelf, and you could still build stuff around it.
Yeah.
Um, but dude, if they would have spend 50 cents, not even 50 cents, 2 cents, and put a little foot peg on the wing so you could put Ahsoka on it, that would have been crazy. I think people would have, I think that blows my mind that they didn't think about that. Because, people would have gone crazy to put Ahsoka on the wing, flying, using it as a jump pad like she did in Clone Wars.
Yeah. Yeah, it just, I don't know, a couple different nose cone graphics is probably not enough to enhance the vehicle. I just, well, it is what it is. I was disappointed when I first heard about it and hoped for the best, and it was just the bare minimum. And I hope future Haslabs are not the bare minimum.
Yeah.
We're sitting at 2,800 backers with 36 days to go as of Sunday. So I know when this gets released, it'll be 34 days, but we're not even halfway there. I think it'll get funded. I don't know if it'll be as well as the Ghost or the Barge, or it might do a little bit more than the Barge, but I don't know.
Yeah. I think it'll squeak by. You're not going to have a tier. If you have a tier, it'll be the first one.
This is just not what HasLab was made for, in my opinion. It's for the dream projects, and this is not a dream project, like we said last week. And I don't want to rehash things that we said last week, but it's just not. When you've done it 6-7 times before, and you've done it for, I think the first from Forlon to Zuck is posted like the 7 different releases of the LAAT, and the last one was like $110 in 2011.
Yeah.
But it's slowly increased. But to jump from 2011, $110 to $450, that's a huge leap.
Yeah. Because not only do you have the 450 plus, then you got shipping, so you're over $500 on this ship, and that's, well, like Alex was saying, he's a 30-year-old collector. That's what you're getting into. You're expecting these 30-year-old collectors to have $500 disposable income and the space to display stuff. And we all know people that are in their 30s are not living like that. They're trying to be minimalist.
Yeah.
At least that's what I see on the social medias.
Yeah, they just need better market research to understand what the collector wants. How do I get the prequel collector, but how do I also appeal to the original trilogy collector?
Yeah.
What do they both want? Because it's probably not just Jedi, right, or more clones, because we've had 20 years of clones, and we know that they use the same molds. And I guess that's my biggest issue, because it's come up twice using the same molds. I'm just not looking forward to next year.
Yeah, exactly. I did when I was talking to Shannon and Tony at lunch. Shannon kind of has a background. He does have a background in toys, toy design and stuff. And he brought an interesting point up. Would you be willing, if they took a line, because he's like, the retro collection's awesome, but it's stuff that they've already released. And if they took the retro collection, and he thinks that the retro collection is too soft for this molding on it's too soft, doesn't have enough detail. What if they took like a retro collection line and put it, you got rid of the retro collection and made it like 2 or 3 steps up to be more like TVC, but not realistic like TVC is. Like you took a Walrus Man and remolded it and made it more detailed, but not quite as detailed as a TVC, and still had it 3 points of 5 points articulation.
I think if they did, like, maybe I'm not understanding the question.
Okay, so imagine a more detailed retro line.
Yeah,
like done
I don't know. Like, the more detailed retro line is the vintage collection,
but not as detailed as the vintage, because vintage collection is more like they were in the TV shows, made it more lifelike.
Yeah.
You know, like this Sabine is not, I love this Sabine, but it's not my Sabine because it's real life. You know what I mean? As far as the TVC goes.
Now, I guess I don't understand. Like the only thing I would do to improve the retro collection is put elbow and knee articulation.
And you would leave it the same soft sculpts.
I think so, because that's the whole point, to appeal to the original collectors of Kenner. And if you were to change that up a bit, then you're not appealing to them anymore. You're getting away from that. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. I think the retro collection is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I like moving forward that it's going to be new figures, original trilogy figures, that it's not going to be rehashing what Kenner's already done for the most part.
Yeah, I think it was important for them to re-release the first 12 on a different card back. Like do first 12 in that card back. That way people who want first 12 who want 12 backs but can't afford it.
Yeah.
You know, they can buy it. I mean, I like those cards. I wish they wanted to done them speed up, but I thought it was cool, but now I think it's a little overdone. The beat up cards.
The beat upness of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I can't tell if this is beat up or if it's like I'm holding up Walrus Man. I don't think it's beat up. I think it's just stars.
Oh,
in the
they did?
background.
Let me see.
It's just stars in the background now.
Yeah.
They-
Flip it
they-
around. I thought I saw some
on the
wear
back
on
side
it.
it is.
Oh, okay. Well,
On
yeah,
the-
that was a good change on Steve Evans did. Good job changing that.
Yeah, on the front, for the most part, it looks like a regular card.
Okay. I didn't realize they had changed it around like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, and Walrus Man should be the last Kenner figure that they made redone. So everything should be new. And I think the question is, what wave would you want next? What figures did you not get from the original trilogy that you would want?
Right. Did they throw in a lot of Cantina figures on the last wave?
No, those were the only two. Dr. Evazan and Walrus Man were the only two Cantina aliens.
Am I imagining they did the bartender?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they did the bartender as part of the Haslab, but they haven't done a retro collection bartender yet.
Right.
Woo her.
I think that's where they need to go next. If I'm gonna have if I was gonna pick what to do next in the retro line, it would be let's add stuff to the Cantina. Let's do because you've already got, I think you've got enough retro figures and you've got enough people that have the old school figures, the vintage figures, that I think they mix really good with together. But if somebody wants to do a retro Cantina, make some more retro figures or vintage style Cantina.
Yeah, my only complaint with that is there's a dude, what's his name? Graham, I think, Graham Parker. He does the last 17 and he's done a lot of those aliens. And he gets them molded over in China, so they're actually molded figures. They're not like 3D printed or anything. They kind of feel like Kenner figures,
right?
But he's got to the point where he has to reuse the molds, so he comes up with like the dark side version of the character,
right?
And so it's the same thing over and over again. And the complaint that a lot of people had with this latest wave of the retro collection was that it was the customizer's greatest hits. And I'd be disappointed to see if they do something that someone's already done, because it's like, well, I could just order from them and I've already seen that before. But at the same time, they're going to want a piece of that pie. And if they want to do a Godel, which I think this guy has done, they're going to have to do it themselves and to get that piece of pie. And this guy's going to be SOL because, well, it's Hasbro has the license. You're just making bootlegs,
right?
Customs.
I also could see Hasbro doing that. I mean, how many people? I mean, I know we know about the customizers, and I know the majority of the people that I don't know, maybe the people that are deep into it, like we are, know about them. But how many people that have it are just now starting to scratch the surface really know about those guys?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or how many people would feel comfortable ordering from somebody? I don't know. I think Hasbro, I could see Hasbro doing that, not necessarily to stick it to the customizers, but definitely to get a piece of that pie and be like, it's our figure, let's do it. But maybe they would be. I mean, I've seen them re-release figures when the secondary market gets too big.
Yeah, I think I'd want a Uncle Owen Emperor.
That would be cool.
Garadan, the spy.
Yeah.
He would be cool. I don't know who else.
I'd want weird figures. I want that spaceman.
What spaceman?
The guy in the spacesuit with the sideburns.
Boshek,
I guess.
the guy that they originally talked to Obi-Wan, and when they first entered the bar, Obi-Wan talks to him, and Boshek's like, "You got to talk to Chewie."
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I've always liked that figure for some reason. But with him only being on screen for 10 seconds, I thought it was kind of funny to have a human in like a normal spacesuit.
Yeah. Well, that would be an easy figure to make because they recycled that costume for Bosk. So they already have a Bosk retro collection figure. They already have the mold. And it would just be enhancing that and changing out the arms and the head and the legs. And you've got Boshek.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would buy that figure just to have it, even though I'm not even into the cantina. I don't have a cantina ordered. I've got a Galactic Heroes cantina, but that's totally different.
Yeah, I got to find a place for it. The notifications went out this week to check your mailing labels, your shipping address, so they can ship it to the right place. And I haven't moved, so I'm good. But Tony was saying that it's probably a mid-September either ship date or in hand date, mid-September, late September. So that's right around the corner, and I'm excited to get the cantina and put a wash on it and finish up the work that Hasbro did. And I shouldn't be that harsh to Hasbro. They're doing their best.
They are, but it is. It's like, how much harder would it have been to throw a wash on it, or done a little bit more? Or it sucks as a collector, like we are on the deep end, to where you're excited about a figure, you're excited about a vehicle, you're excited about a play set, you get it, and you're all excited, and then the excitement wears off, and you start looking at it and nitpicking it, and you shouldn't have to do that. Just like the Ghost, how hard would it have been to put a wash underneath it? They didn't touch the bottom of the Ghost, the underneath of the Ghost.
Right here.
So yeah. You want to end it on a little bit of a higher note?
Sure.
So when you were at Hollywood Studios, did you go to Launch Bay?
Yeah. Because it's closing.
Yeah.
That's not a high note. That's a low note.
No, I'm excited. Well, it's a low note as a Star Wars fan, but as a Hollywood Studios fan, I think it's good that they're doing that. Because
they're kind of going back to the retro animation thing that it originally was.
Right. That's why I'm excited. I mean, I'm sad that Launch Bay it feels like it kind of has been ignored since Galaxy's Edge opened.
Smaller.
Yeah.
It's definitely gotten smaller. It used to be a show to help the traffic flow. So if you first go to Launch Bay, you sit down, and there was I don't remember how long it was, maybe 20-minute retrospective of the original trilogy. Right. And then you can walk through, but they had a lot of models there. They had the speeder bike that used to be out in front of Star Tours. That's kind of behind glass now. They had a bunch of models, which they're good models, but they're not that detailed when you get that close.
Right.
But they were made to go into this Launch Bay exhibit. They're not really made to be screen used. And there also used to be a gift shop. All that stuff is gone. Some of the models are still there. It's more of a meet and greet, a photo op. But now it's going to be an animation exhibition or something.
Yeah, which I'm excited about, because that's what I think Hollywood Studios has been missing. Because I remember that section being like, oh, you can go watch animators work, and they're not going to have people actually animating in there, but it'll be something. You can do some animation or something in there.
It's my understanding Disney's going to be working on a 2D animated, hand-drawn animated project in the upcoming future. So I don't know if this is just part of that return to that form of animation. Mm-hmm. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Goodbye, Launch Bay. Goodbye, Launch Bay. It's been fun. Goodbye, Launch Bay. Everyone.
You got anything else? Anything fun and exciting?
No, I have to go to Columbus now.
Yeah.
For work, so I got to drive on Sunday to Columbus.
Have fun.
Yay me.
Yeah.
I was thinking about stopping at, was it Phoenix City, right across the river from Columbus because that's where my dad won his NCAA Division III football championship
Yeah.
in 1974. I know it's just a field, but I'm like, well, maybe I could just at least say I've been there. But we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, do you have to drive through Macon and not Macon, Peachtree City? Noonan?
No, not really, because they'll just take 85. I'll pass through there, but I don't have to drive through it.
Okay.
That makes sense. Like
You
I don't
can
have to
stop
drive through.
Huh?
I don't have to drive through.
Right. Well, I mean, no, you could no, because I was saying you could go by a Full Circle.
First full circle. Yeah. I haven't seen their new shop. I've only seen their old one.
I haven't had a chance to be down there to see it yet either.
But it is Sunday night, so I doubt they'll be open.
They're in a full retail market now, so I don't know if they have the opportunity like they did when in their other shop to be closed. I don't know when you're leaving, so.
It's probably 5 or 6.
Oh, well then, yeah, they're not going to be open.
So anyways,
Have fun driving.
Thanks, I will. Have fun at your concert.
Yes.
And thank you for listening to the Smugglers Galaxy podcast. If you could, please leave a like and a 5-star review of the show anywhere you listen to our podcast. It really helps us out and points people to our show. You could follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Send us an email or message us. We love feedback. We love to make you part of our show. Thank you, Alex. Our email address is smugglersgalaxy@gmail.com. Thank you to Alfonso Riviera for the Smugglers Galaxy logo. And thank you to Levi Waterhouse for the music. People collect for the love of it. #vote with your wallet. Pass on what you've learned. Be a positive force and collect